For those of you who have played Shock Escalation, you're probably familiar with the Virulent Impact amp. By just throwing on some crit perks and playing like you normally would, you can deal thousands of free damage to both behemoths in a dual behemoth fight. This Blaze Escalation has a similar amp, Lady Luck's Barrage, that is essentially a slightly less broken Virulent Impact. The build I'm going to share with you all in this video is what I believe to be the best build for babysitting Lady Luck's Barrage. You're going to see a common theme of stagger damage in this build, and that's because Lady Luck's Barrage feeds off of stagger damage. For every 750 stagger damage you deal, you generate one rocket that deals 400 base damage, but scales up to 542 damage with a high weapon and lantern power. Our weapon of choice is the Brutality of Boreas. Hammers provide more stagger damage than any other weapon, strikers included, and Boreas is the best choice for ice hammers. Its unique effect is respectable, but nothing too spicy, and its defense slot helps give us the perk economy we want for this build. For the special, we'll be using the best in slot hammer special, Mighty Landbreaker, for a nice damage boost. But for the mod, we're straying from the standard extended clip meta and instead opting for Weighted Crown to increase our stagger utility. This mod doesn't do much on some fights, but it helps on behemoths that hide their heads like Blaze Akiri and Thick Gorilla. The armor pieces are Shroud Helmet, Shroud Chest, Torg Arms, and Boreas Toes. I recommend Drask Lantern for maximum DPS, but if you're not comfortable timing your lantern tap to your strongest attacks or aiming your whole damage down the length of the behemoth, then Pangar or Embermane lanterns are good substitutes. This equipment and cell setup gives us a perk summary of +6 Iceborne, Knockout King, Overpower, and Rage, as well as +3 Aetheric Atonement, Conditioning, Discipline, and Wild Frenzy. If you're playing solo, you can use +3 Conduit instead of +3 Aetheric Atonement. I say in solo because Conduit is a team-shared attack speed buff that benefits from the most recent instance of the cell. That means if your teammate has +6 Conduit active and you use +3 Conduit, you're nerfing the attack speed for your entire team. For a build that is focused on a single amp, you should try to maximize your chances of getting that amp. To do this, don't unlock any amps other than Lady Luck's Barrage. Feel free to upgrade any amps that are already in the amp pool by default, as those won't lower your chances of getting the Barrage. Additionally, avoid using health flasks because using those introduces the alchemist amps to the amp pool, again lowering your chances of getting the Barrage. Iceborne should provide more than enough healing. That's all for the build. I'm going to let the rest of this run play out so you can see what to expect from this setup. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later.
Seems right, it never was. We were just stuck into something. Time shows we let it go for too long. Go back, I never could. It wasn't what I was searching for at all. We've been turning upside down.